You thought clone conspiracies ended with rappers dying and coming back, huh? Well, grab your popcorn, because Nicki Minaj just broke the internet again. She didn't drop a verse, she dropped a bombshell. In a recent cryptic rant that had fans spiraling into full-on FBI mode, Nicki straight up claimed the real Gucci Mane is Gunaz. In The Man You See Today Ain't the Man Who Rapped Lemonade, she hinted that the industry might have replaced him with a look-alike. A corporate-approved, perfectly sculpted clone, and the Barbs. They lost their collective minds. Suddenly, Gucci's old mugshots, tattoos, and interviews were being analyzed like CSI footage. People were comparing jawlines, smiles, and even blinking speed. Nicki basically said what conspiracy TikTok's been screaming for years. But hearing it from her, that's like the queen of rap tossing a Molotov cocktail into hip-hop history. Because if what she's implying is true, then one of trap music's most influential icons isn't even who he says he is. The clone theory just left YouTube comments and stepped into reality, so buckle up. Because this story is about to make the Illuminati documentaries look like bedtime stories. Let's start where the madness began. The internet's favorite rumor factory, Nicki Minaj livestream. She wasn't talking about a new album, a beef, or even her perfume line. Nope. She dropped the kind of sentence that makes your Wi-Fi glitch from shock. With that trademark combutly Nicki tone, she said, "Some of y'all really think that's the same Gucci Mane. Open your eyes." Boom. One line, one spark. And the internet combusted. Now, before you roll your eyes and say, "Not another clone theory?" let's remember who we're talking about. This is Nicki Minaj, a woman who can tweet one emoji and send hip-hop Twitter into a week-long meltdown. She doesn't just speak, she detonates. The Barbs immediately flooded Twitter like digital detectives. Hashtags like #CloneCoochie and #GucciGate started trending before breakfast. Someone even uploaded side-by-side photos of Gucci from 2013 and post-prison Gucci, zooming in like it was an alien autopsy. Different face shape, one user tweeted. New teeth, new voice, new soul, another wrote. But here's the part that really set this whole thing on fire. Nicki wasn't joking. You know how celebrities usually say wild stuff with a wink or a laugh? Not this time. She was serious. And that seriousness turned the internet into a digital courtroom. Suddenly, everyone was a clone expert comparing bone structures like they had PhDs in forensic rapology. Let's rewind for context, because this theory didn't just fall out of the sky. It's been lurking online ever since Gucci Mane got released from prison in 2016 looking like he went from trap god to trap fitness influencer. Had abs, clear skin, a glowing smile, and none of that slurred, wild energy he used to carry. Fans said he looks too healthy, too calm, too perfect. And just like that, the clone Gucci theory was born. Fast forward to now, and Nicki Minaj just threw gasoline on that fire. Her statement reawakened the internet's old obsession like a zombie from a conspiracy graveyard. Everyone started posting clips of old Gucci interviews where he was wilding out, cursing radio hosts, throwing shade at every rapper breathing, and comparing them to his new, calm businessman demeanor. Even casual fans started noticing. He used to have that raw chaos energy, someone commented. Now he talks like a TED Talk speaker. Another person wrote, the old Gucci would never smile this much unless he was plotting revenge. Nicki's statement didn't just trigger a meme storm, it triggered an investigation, a digital witch hunt. People were studying his tattoos, claiming one on his face looked slightly repositioned. Reddit threads popped up overnight with titles like "The Tattoo Shift That Proves Clone Gucci Exists." Some users even compared his height in old photos to new ones. He's half an inch taller now, one claimed. Clones stretch differently. You'd think this would die out in a few hours. Nope, it spread like wildfire. TikTokers made eerie clone transition videos, flipping between old and new Gucci clips to haunting background music. YouTube conspiracy channels usually quiet unless it's about the Illuminati or aliens suddenly revived. Posting the truth about Gucci Mane's replacement, Nicki Minaj, knows. But why did Nicki bring it up now? That's what's got everyone scratching their heads. She wasn't even asked about Gucci. She just said it, out of nowhere, like she knew something the rest of us didn't. And if there's one thing about Nicki Shay doesn't do random, everything she says has intent, shade, or symbolism. Sometimes all three. So the question became, what did she mean? Some fans claimed it was spiritual talk, like she was saying the old Gucci's energy was gone, replaced by a more polished version molded by fame and money. Others weren't having it. They said, nope, she meant what she said. That man's a clone with government firmware 2.0 installed. And believe it or not, even other rappers have joked about it over the years. Back when Gucci first got out, people like Kodak Black, 21 Savage, and even Drake threw sly lines about fake rappers and rebuilt icons. Most fans brushed it off as jokes, but now, thanks to Nicki, those lines are being reinterpreted as hidden confirmations. Even weirder, there's an old interview where Gucci himself laughed about the clone theory and said, I might be a clone, 'cause I'm better now. What was once a playful flex now sounds suspicious. The internet loves patterns, and they started connecting dots, like they were drawing crop circles. One viral comment summed it up perfectly when Nicki says something crazy. It's never just crazy, it's coded. But let's not forget Nicki's relationship with Gucci goes way back. Before he blew up again, they shared studio time, industry run-ins, and mutual friends. She saw his rise, fall, and resurrection. So when she says something feels off, it hits different. This isn't a random fan talking at someone who knows the game from the inside. That's when things got darker. A few so-called insiders started claiming that certain artists disappear for a while and come back cleaner, calmer, and corporate. They suggested there's an entire industry program that rebrands problematic artists into profit-safe versions. Same name, same brand, different personality. Cue the eerie music, and then, because the internet never disappoints someone, uploaded a deepfake video supposedly showing evidence of the clone swap. It was ridiculous, but it didn't matter. People ate it up. Look at his eye blink delay, one commenter screamed. Real humans don't blink like that? Another wrote, Gucci 1.0 had chaos in his soul. Gucci 2.0 runs on rechargeable batteries. By this point, Nicki's offhand comment had evolved into a full-blown investigation involving TikTok scientists, Twitter theologians, and Facebook antis all agreeing that something was strange about post-prison Gucci, and the numbers reflected it. Searches for Gucci Mane clones spiked 800% in a single day. Old YouTube videos from 2016 suddenly hit 1 million new views overnight. The algorithm didn't know what hit it. But the real twist came when Nicki's fan base, the Barbs, started mixing their own theories into the pot. Some said Nicki was warning us about the industry's dark cloning agenda. Others said it was a metaphor for how fame strips away authenticity. And a third group, they're convinced Nicki's preparing for a full expose, naming names and dropping receipts. And honestly, at this point, nobody would put it past her. Because when Nicki Minaj calls out an industry clone, she's not just stirring drama, she's hinting at a deeper truth about how artists get repackaged for profit. Whether it's plastic surgery, PR makeovers, or literal sci-fi clones. One thing's clear, nothing in this industry stays real for long. The Gucci Mane clone rumor isn't just a conspiracy, it's a reflection of the entertainment machine itself. And Nicki knows that better than anyone. But this was only the beginning. Because as the clone chatter went nuclear, other celebs started reacting, adding gasoline to the fire. Some denied it, some laughed, and some dropped hints that made fans think maybe, just maybe, Nicki was onto something. And that's when the story exploded beyond Gucci himself. Because if he was cloned, who else got replaced? Wave of chaos felt like a storm. Then what came next was a full-blown hurricane. A digital meltdown so wild it made the Illuminati panic look like a school rumor. Nicki Minaj's Gucci Mane clone comment had cracked open Pandora's box. And out flew every conspiracy theory the internet had been storing since 2016 within hours. Every celebrity blog from the Shade Room to No Jumper was posting headlines, like Nicki Minaj sparks industry clone panic. And Gucci Mane's doppelganger. Fans demand DNA test. Twitter looked like a science lab run by gossip addicts. People were comparing frequencies in Gucci's voice before and after prison. Some dude even ran his interviews through waveform software, claiming the new Gucci's tone vibrated on a higher frequency. Too perfect to be human. One tweet read, "Old Gucci sounded like Henny and bad decisions. New Gucci sounds like bottled water and stock options." And then the celebrities started chiming in because of course they did. Charlemagne Thaw God joked on The Breakfast Club. "I don't know about clones, but that man definitely went from trap to transformation. Somebody upgraded his software." DJ Envy added, "If Gucci's a clone, can we get that diet plan uploaded too?" But not everyone was laughing. A mysterious Instagram account popped up claiming to be a former label assistant. The account posted a series of cryptic messages. "Y'all think Nicki lying? They've been doing this? Gucci wasn't the first. Ask about the artist who went to rehab and came back with a whole new soul." The account vanished 2 days later, but not before screenshots went viral across Reddit and TikTok. Now, you know what happens when people see deleted account? The internet doesn't calm down, it erupts. Suddenly, everyone was naming their favorite acting, different rappers. Some said Kodak Black came back to clean. Others said Da Baby malfunctioned. And one genius posted, "If Gucci's a clone, then 6x9in was built in a lab with Chaos DNA." Meanwhile, Nicki stayed silent. No clarifications, no tweets, no denials, just eerie quiet. And you know the rule? Silence from Nicki means she's watching, probably sipping tea in pink heels while chaos burns. Her fan base, the Barbs, took it personally. They declared an expose week, flooding timelines with clone comparisons. They even gave Gucci 2.0 a nickname, GucciBot. There were memes of Gucci charging overnight, Gucci's software update complete, and clone Gucci malfunctioning during interviews. It was pure internet anarchy, creative, savage, and unstoppable. Then, not to make things even wilder, Gucci himself responded. He posted an old prison photo next to a recent gym selfie with the caption, "Clone or growth? You decide." Boom! A single caption reignited everything. The comments section turned into a civil war. Half the people were like, "See? He's mocking it because it's true." The other half said, "He's trolling y'all for clicks." But what everyone agreed on was that Nicki's words had flipped a switch. The clone debate wasn't fringe anymore, it was mainstream. Next, TikTokers started dropping evidence videos. You had one girl with a magnifying glass pointing at screenshots like, "Notice how Gucci's left eye droops slightly less post-prison." Human eyes don't just reboot. Another creator slowed down his music videos and said, "Look at his aura. It's too symmetrical." Symmetrical auras. Yes, we'd officially entered the science fiction era of gossip. But beneath the laughter, there was a strange sense of paranoia. Because this wasn't just about Gucci anymore. This was about trust. Fans started questioning everybody. If Gucci could be replaced, who else wasn't real? Beyoncé, Drake, Doja Cat? People started listing artists who changed too much, like they were running an industry version of Among Us. And just when the memes were peaking, an old clip resurfaced from an obscure 2016 interview with Nicki. In it, she said, "Some of your favorite artists ain't even your favorite artists anymore. They just carry the name." Nobody paid attention back then, but now? It sounded prophetic. Fans called it the clone prophecy. This sent internet theorists spiraling. One viral tweet read, "Nicki Ben knew. She tried to warn us years ago. Y'all just didn't listen." Suddenly, every post-prison Gucci interview was being treated like FBI interrogation footage. People slowed down his smiles, zoomed in on his eyes, and compared his teeth to old mugshots. Even his laugh was being dissected. One clip went viral titled, "The Laugh That Gave It Away." YouTube commentators started uploading 10-part documentaries. Titles like Gucci Mane, The Clone Files, Nicki's Hidden Message About the Industry, and Proof Gucci 1.0 never left prison. It wasn't just speculation anymore, it was entertainment. But then came the twist nobody saw coming. A producer who once worked with Gucci dropped a cryptic tweet. "Some of y'all theories not as far off as you think." He deleted it minutes later, but screenshots are forever. Fans flooded his DMs, demanding details, and he replied, "All I can say is, not everything you see on stage is real." That was it. The match that set the gasoline-soaked theory ablaze. Nicki's silence, Gucci's troll post. The producer's eerie hint. It was the holy trinity of conspiracy fuel. By now, even serious outlets like Complex and XXL were publishing think pieces about the symbolism of Nicki's statement. Some argued she wasn't being literal, that she was exposing how the music industry replaces people spiritually and emotionally. They said the clone metaphor was about how fame kills individuality, but others refused to let logic ruin the fun. They wanted blood. They wanted proof. A TikTok creator claimed to have insider sources confirming that Gucci had a double used for appearances. He even faked Imez with Nicki's stylist, claiming she said she didn't lie, but she can't say more. That clip alone hit 2.3 million views before anyone realized it was fake. And as usual, the more outrageous the claim, the more viral it went. One meme showed Gucci shaking hands with Elon Musk with the caption, "Prototype meets manufacturer." Another one read, "Nicki exposed the clone, now she's next." Even rappers started teasing it in lyrics. Lil Uzi Vert dropped a line saying, "I ain't Gucci 2.0, but I still glow." Young Thug reposted Nicki's clip with laughing emojis. The culture was split between laughing, believing, and panic Googling how to tell if someone's a clone. By the end of the week, the hashtag clone Gucci had over 70 million views on TikTok. That's more than most artists get for their actual albums. And through it all, Nicki remained completely silent, which made it worse. Fans began saying she's being quiet because they told her to shut up. A theory popped up claiming the industry elites warned her not to reveal more. People even pointed out that she suddenly postponed a live stream saying technical difficulties to conspiracy Twitter. That translated to, "They got to her." At this point, the whole saga had transcended reality. It wasn't about Gucci or clones or music. It was about control. Fans felt like they were uncovering some massive secret hidden in plain sight. Every repost, every deleted tweet, every silence from a celebrity only added fuel to the fire. And the craziest part, Gucci was leaning into it. He kept posting cryptic captions like, "You can't copy the original and real never rusts." Instead of denying, he turned it into a branding opportunity. His merch even featured a new tagline, "Clone-free since 2001. 'Twas pure marketing genius or psychological warfare. Either way, the internet couldn't look away. And that's when the theory evolved from a meme into a movement. Fans started saying, "We're not crazy, we're awake." Threads labeled Nicki as the whistleblower of hip-hop and Gucci as the industry experiment gone wrong. The story had officially escaped social media and entered the pop culture bloodstream. News anchors were mentioning it. Podcasts were dissecting it. College professors were calling it modern myth-making. But the final twist, the one that left everyone speechless, came from an unexpected source. A fan page posted a video claiming to show real Gucci spotted in a small town in Mississippi. Blurry footage, hood up, same tattoos, no confirmation. But the comments, that's him. They hit him. Nicki was right. He's alive. And just like that, the line between conspiracy and reality completely vanished by the time week 2 hit. This wasn't just a conspiracy anymore. It was a cultural phenomenon. Every rapper, every blogger, every grandma with a Facebook account had an opinion about whether Gucci Mane was still Gucci Mane or an industry-engineered stunt double with a six-pack. Nicki Minaj had unleashed a storm so viral it made the Ice Bucket Challenge look like a group chat rumor. And you could feel it, the paranoia had shifted. The internet wasn't laughing anymore, it was watching. Every celebrity post, every weird angle in a selfie, every slight change in voice tone became a clue. It was like living in a digital version of Black Mirror, but instead of robots taking over, it was rappers being replaced. Nicki, the queen of calculated chaos, had dropped one comment and now sat silently on her throne, while the entire industry tore itself apart trying to decode her meaning. Some said she was trolling. Others swore she'd accidentally said too much. Either way, she'd done what Nicki always does, set off an explosion, then walk away like it's art. But the Gucci situation, it got creepier. A viral TikTok showed two side-by-side clips. Old Gucci doing an interview in 2013 laughing loud, and chaotic and new Gucci laughing in 2025.com low robotic. The caption read, "The soul's gone." The comment section, a battlefield of emojis, theories, and mini essays about cloning programs, government labs, and Hollywood DNA replacement protocols. Then came the clone-proof moment. A TikTok user froze a frame from a new Gucci music video where the lighting reflected strangely across his skin. They zoomed in and wrote, "You can see the microchip scar." That clip hit 20 million views before fact-checkers even woke up. Of course, it was just bad lighting. But by then, facts had lost the war. News anchors on morning shows were even mentioning it in half-joking tones. Nicki Minaj says Gucci might be a clone. Is it crazy, or could there be something deeper? You could see the anchors trying not to laugh, but their ratings were skyrocketing. Every platform that touched the topic went viral. Meanwhile, Gucci leaned all the way in. He started performing with eerie humor, walking on stage saying, "Clone Gucci, reporting for duty," and then laughing while the crowd lost it. Some fans thought it was genius branding. Others said he was mocking the truth to hide it. Because, let's be honest, in 2025, irony and evidence look exactly the same. But behind the jokes, something real was happening. People started treating the clone theory as a metaphor for how fame devours individuality. Think about it. Gucci 1.0 was raw, chaotic, authentic. Gucci 2.0, smooth, polished, controlled, maybe too controlled. Fans were saying we don't miss the wildness, we miss the realness, the realness. And that's where Nicki's statement hit deeper. Her comment wasn't just about Gucci, it was about what fame does. About how the music industry scrubs off your edges until you fit their market model. She just delivered it in a way that only Nicki could, with drama, mystery, and a sprinkle of madness that guarantees maximum viral potential. But the fire didn't stop there. A few other rappers suddenly started making cryptic posts too. Future tweeted, "Everybody get cloned when they sign the wrong deal." Lil Boosie posted, "You can't clone soul." And Kanye, because of course Kanye went live saying they've been cloning rappers. "They tried to clone me in 2018, didn't work. I rebooted myself." At that point, the conversation shifted from Gucci's a clone to the whole industry's a simulation. Reddit exploded. TikTok went cosmic. Someone even made a chart ranking potentially cloned rappers like it was a fantasy league. Gucci was number 1, Kodak number 2, Doja Cat number 3. And Lil Nas X got a special mention for unconfirmed but suspicious. By now, the theory wasn't just gossip, it was culture. Meme pages, fan edits, AI deepfakes, even podcasts started dissecting the meaning of authenticity and entertainment. And through it all, Nicki stayed silent. the perfect puppet master move. Every silence was a statement. Every non-response was proof that maybe, just maybe, she had said something she wasn't supposed to. Then came the alleged clone whistleblower. TikToker uploaded an audio clip of a distorted voice claiming to be a former lab employee who worked on Celebrity Replication, the voice said. The Gucci replacement was the cleanest operation. His neural sync completed in under 4 hours. It sounded like a bad sci-fi script, but people believed it. It racked up 12 million views in 2 days. And the wildest part, Gucci posted right after it dropped, tweeting for hours. "Y'all could have made me taller." That one-liner instantly broke Twitter. You couldn't tell if he was trolling, deflecting, or confessing. Meanwhile, Nicki finally broke her silence, but not with a statement. She posted a photo of herself in a silver bodysuit with the caption, "I'm not from this planet either." No explanation. No context. Just chaos. Fans flooded the comments. She's confirming it. She's joking. She is a clone. She's warning us. Every possible interpretation spawned 1,000 theories. Nicki didn't just feed the fire, she built an empire on it, within days. The clone conversation shifted from one artist to the entire system. Talk shows debated whether record labels build personas. Magazines wrote essays titled, "Are Artists Becoming Artificial?" And fans were more convinced than ever that the industry manufactures their favorites like phone models. New version, same brand. But the real consequence? Gucci's name shot back into pop culture orbit. His streams tripled. His followers grew by millions. He became a walking meme, an icon, a mystery, and a marketing machine. The clone label turned into his rebranding tool. Gucci 2.0 didn't need to deny anything. He just had to exist. And Nicki. She walked away like the queen of controlled chaos. The woman who said one line and made the internet rewrite reality for 2 weeks straight. She didn't clear anything up, didn't backtrack, didn't even laugh it off. She let the legend live. Because in today's world, the truth doesn't trend, the theory does. By the end of it all, the Gucci Mane clone theory had become modern folklore, an internet myth passed down like a ghost story told under ring lights. Nobody knows if it's true, but nobody really wants to know either. The mystery is the magic, and somewhere out there. Between the trap beats and TikTok edits, Nicki Minaj probably smiled and whispered, "Mission accomplished." Because once again, she didn't just break the internet. She rewired it, and that, my friends, is the madness. Nicki Minaj whispers one sentence and suddenly the entire internet thinks we're living in the Matrix. Debating whether Gucci Mane is a gym belt man or a government prototype with Bluetooth. You couldn't write this kind of chaos if you tried. Hollywood wishes it had scripts this entertaining. But before you log off to inspect your favorite rapper's jawline under a microscope, let's keep it real. Whether Gucci's a clone, a comeback king, or a cosmic remix, Nicki just reminded the world who runs the internet. She speaks once and everyone listens. So now I need you to do what the industry clones can't: think, laugh, and engage. Smash that like button like it owes you royalties. Drop a comment below and tell me, do you believe Nicki's right? Is Gucci really 2.0? Or did the man just discover detox, water, and discipline? Let's see who's team clone and who's team comeback. And of course, hit that subscribe button before the algorithm replaces you with a robot version that skips my videos. Because here on Expose Express, we don't just sip tea, we boil the pot. Every scandal, every leak, every wait, what did they just say? Moment lands right here first, so buckle up, stay woke, and keep your eyes open because in this industry, reality has an expiration date and clones are apparently trending. This is Expose Express. Signing off, reminding you that in the world of fame, the truth is optional, but the drama is eternal. Drama is eternal.